She thought she was helping a young child, but instead she was helping prison inmates.
Jermont Terry is here with details on a scam you need to know about. Jermont.
Carol and Mike, a cell phone is something most people can't do without. The bill at times can get pricey, but one woman paid more than $10,000 in cell phone bills, and to make matters worse, she never made a single call. It turns out prison inmates were running up the tab. Technology makes every task so convenient. Whether it's a quick swipe at the pump,
I very seldom go in. I just stick the card in and get the gas.
or having your bills paid automatically. Has the convenience gotten ahead of the safety?
Yes, I think it has. Everybody wants it very fast.
But that convenience can also make you an easy target.
It was frightening.
This Greendale woman's information now tied to prison inmates after trying to do something good. Feeling completely violated, this victim wants to be anonymous. She recalls picking up her bank statement.
Looked at it, and there were large charges to AT&T, Sprint, T-Mobile, something called Securus, which I didn't know what that was at the time, but it's an inmate calling system.
Somehow her banking information was circulating around the Wisconsin prisons.
That was hurtful. It was definitely hurtful.
And over 6 months, close to $12,000 was electronically withdrawn from her checking accounts. Her account was more than just compromised. She had paid for every call made by close to a dozen inmates locked behind prison walls. Do you know anyone in prison?
No.
Have you talked to anyone over the phone in prison?
No.
She had no idea how this happened.
Detective Bob Wendler with the Greendale Police Department would soon figure it out. It's an investigation which took him inside the state prisons.
I had jail records for 8, 9, 10 different inmates throughout the state. I had a feeling this could get pretty large.
His feeling was right, and one which connected this Greendale woman to an ID phone scam even detectives couldn't believe.
They had so many records, they came on discs.
This could happen to anyone that writes a check.
So let's break down how this scam works. You know those checks that we write? Police believe that this woman wrote down the banking and routing numbers. Quinetta Jeff is then accused of coming to this Radio Shack here on East Capitol Drive in Milwaukee. Police say she purchased cell phones and she paid with cash for the phones only. Those cell numbers would get passed along to inmates in prison. They would then pick up the phone, dial for free, talking for hours, all on the victim's dime.
They were to mostly cellular phone companies and one other company that was later identified as an outfit that provides phone services for inmates.
The service allows inmates to stay connected with their families. Court papers show Jeff admitted she used the victim's bank account to pay the bills for up to 12 inmates.
And it will keep taking the money out of the victim's account and keep your phone going.
It was a simple check.
A check meant to help a young child. Police say the paper trail led back to a $20 check written to Jeff's daughter.
She's a big sister, little sister. She sponsors a little sister through that program and has been for several years.
Police say Jeff stole the big sister's banking information, purchased the cell phones, and gave the number to her lover and friends who were all locked up. And now she could be behind bars too. Quinetta Jeff is charged with identity theft, which is a felony. She'll be back in court next month. It was just a kind gesture, right?
It was supposed to be. Yeah.
And it turned into pure hell for you?
Yes, it did. It was hell I didn't need.
Now, the victim's bank reimbursed her for most of the stolen money, but she and investigators fear until phone companies and start making it better, requiring more than just your account number and a name, we all could be a victim of this.
You mentioned this can happen to anybody. What can people do to protect themselves?
Well, the bank recommends that you truly just check your account weekly. That's something this victim did not do in this case, and that's how the inmates were able to make those payments for such a long period of time, because she didn't check it weekly, something she does now, and she's very careful about who she hands the check to.
Yeah, what a shocking statement when that thing arrived with $11,000.
6 months.
That's just wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Jermont.